First, you must only spend on the necessities, meaning those new Uggs that just came out last week, they can wait a while. You can also set up a savings account with the bank nearest to you. And most importantly, save, save, save. Saving is the key to future obstacles that you may run into, such as car trouble, books for school, or those new Uggs that you've been dying to get. I know that being a college student with very limited funds isn't the easiest thing to manage, but by taking the advice of fellow college students, you will begin to feel less stressed and watch your funds grow and grow over time. Huli.
Let's start with the most important overall outcome, budgeting. Keeping track of your money and knowing your priorities are very important. When you're a college student, with your monthly income, you should always spend money on the necessities first. Then if it's available, spend money on what you want. You must keep a record of the money you spend to be aware of where your money is going. You can do this by checking your accounts daily, keeping track of your receipts, and tracking every single dollar you spend. It sounds tedious, but it will be worth it in the long run. You will be surprised when you do create a budget to see that your money goes to a lot of unnecessary things. Create a budget. According to Mint.com, a web and an app that creates a budget for you, it is important to be good with your money from the patience so that details that matters. So start by organizing your money according to what is necessary for survival, rather than just spending money on the things you want.
Don't be mindless. It's important to determine the difference between what you want and what you need. You don't need to buy a new pair of Jordans, and you don't need to go to Taco Bell every other day. But you do need the bare necessities. You need to pay for your bills, you need to buy some food so you can eat, you need your clothes, just bare clothes, and you don't need like an extra pair of every other thing. You don't need like a nice pair of pants that make your butt look good or anything like that. Everybody's got like 12 of those. I know I do. You need to know the difference between what you want and what you need. It's always important to be mindful of that. So just remember the difference between wants and needs. Just remember that when you're budgeting, stick to what you need.
So like Jimmy said, it's always important to be mindful when spending your money, especially if you're on a college student budget. So we want you to do two things. The first thing comes from a book named The Richest Man in Babylon, written by Georges Clason. And in that book, he states that you should put away 10% of anything that you earn into a savings account so that over time, it'll build interest. Now, the second thing is to explore all your options when shopping around. In other words, find the best deals. So if something is $300 at one store, and it's really convenient for you to buy it right then and there, but it's a little too expensive for your taste, shop around. Go online, maybe a secondhand store, or something like that, to see if you can find a better deal. So to recap those two ideas, it's to pay yourself first, putting away at least 10% of anything that you earn before spending any money, and exploring all your options, or in other words, finding the best deals. Now, if you do those two things, we can guarantee you that we can save you money in the long run.
In the long run, let's talk about that. As well as spending wisely and budgeting, it's also important to think about your future as a college student. Also important to think about your past. As far as the future goes, save. As far as the past goes, get out of and stay out of debt. Saving is easy. Go to a bank and open a savings account. There's actually a lot of things that you can do to ensure you are saving. You can set up automatic transfers from checkings to savings, every transaction, weekly, monthly, whatever works for you. You can also make sure that it is blocked on your online account, on your app. There's a lot of options. According to WellsFargo.com, it is important to make saving a permanent habit and reach your goals. As far as the past goes, we have to remember we have to stay out of debt. So make sure you don't open any random credit cards, loans, or lines. With that, make sure you get the best benefits out of it and that you have the lowest interest possible. So make budgeting a priority and make sure you don't mess up your future or past when making decisions.
It's important to focus on your future and your past, but let's not forget about the present, the here and now. Meaning you should take what you learn here and now and use it to ensure you have a financially secure future. Always remember to create a budget and to track all your spendings, prioritizing those spendings based on your needs versus your wants. And always remember to buy cheap and to keep safe for the reserve of set aside money. And remember to buy cheap when you can. And as much as you love eating a cup of noodles every night, open a savings account so you don't have to eat a cup of noodles every night. 5 nights out of 7 should be sufficient to satisfy your weird noodle craving. Now take your newly acquired knowledge, my fellow scholars, and venture forth, fearing no financial troubles, except maybe tuition, but only little. If you keep your present in mind, you should be fine.